Welcome back to the Shady Valley. This is Shaggin Wagon round 1, groups 7 and 8, the final groups of round 1. We've had a lot of great racing so far, but right now we're moving on to the last 8 racers. Let's take a look at group 7. First up, we got Munson representing Tiny Track Cars and a Volvo 850 Estate. Then we got Craigster from Hot Notch Diecast Racing in Rust Move, a Ford Woody Wagon. James Ironbeard Customs, Datsun 510 Wagon. And last but not least, we got John Vista from Johnny's Speed Shop and a Volvo 850 Estate. Now we got all our drivers in. Let's head to the top of the valley for race 1. Alright, to start things off, we got Munson on pole, John Vista right next to him. Coming down the first stretch, it's an even 8. Munson takes the early lead. John Vista closes behind. James Ironbeard in third place. Craigster is nowhere to be seen. Actually, here he is, right before the waterfall, off the track. Let's see what happened. Coming down the first stretch, Munson and John Vista head to head. John Vista taking the early lead. And coming up here, we just see Craigster Sr. in the back by himself. He just gets off the track, man. No one knows what happened. Munson takes the lead. John Vista second. James Ironbeard third. On to the second race. And here you have it, Craigster and Ned, but Ned takes the lead. Craigster Sr. gets taken out by James Ironbeard. James Ironbeard finishing second. John Vista doesn't seem to finish this. Here's Craigster again in a similar position as last time. It's not looking good for him. Here we go on the replay. You can see right here that he just gets taken out by James Ironbeard. That was savage. Coming up in race 3, we got James Ironbeard and Craigster in the front. If Craigster does not take first place, it's almost over for him. And he's in third place right now. James Ironbeard followed closely by John Vista. Craigster takes third place, Munson last. Let's look at that again. Everybody racing pretty well this time. Craigster Sr. finishing, but I don't think that's enough points. On the other hand, Ned and James Ironbeard look really comfortable in the front. John Vista taking first place in lap 4. He needs to score big, and the other two need to mess up for him to come through. John Vista takes first, and James Ironbeard gets passed up by Munson. Let's look at that again. Right here, his kid's out of control. Munson passes. I wonder if that does anything in the points. Let's look at it. And here you have it, folks. Munson and James Ironbeard moving forward into the second round. John Vista tried his best, but he was short by 1 point. And that's what's racing like in the valley, man. You got to be as perfect as you can be to move on. And while we're talking about perfect, Shaggin Wagon was brought to you by Merch by Meekin. For all your racing diecast needs, signs, and metal prints, hit up Merch by Meekin. Now we're moving to the final group of round 1. 4 last drivers to take the track. First up, we got Spy Dudes from Aces High Racing driving the Volvo 850 Estate. Next, we got Bay City Darrel driving the Cadillac CTS Wagon. Then we got Hades from Karmic Racing, also driving the Volvo 850. And last but not least, we got Mrs. Trizz and the Shady Valley Race Team, also driving the Volvo 850. Let's move on to race 1. We got Mrs. Trizz in the front, Bay City Darrel right next to her. Coming down the first straight, Bay City Darrel takes the lead. Mrs. Trizz close behind with a blockage from Bay City Darrel, and she flips over, blocking everybody. And Bay City Darrel is the only one to finish race 1. As we see coming after the waterfall, Darrel and Mrs. Trizz are fighting up here in the front, and then she goes up high and flips over, causing a pileup. Bay City Darrel being the only person to finish this race. That's a good lead for him with 4 points, while everybody else has 0. Race number 2. Spy Dude and Trizz in the front. Spy Dude beats out Mysteries, but it's a clean file. Everybody coming straight down, straight to the finish. Everybody finished this time. This one, as you can see, Spy Dude in the lead, Mrs. Trizz second, Bay City Darrel third, and Hades behind Everybody picking up some points. Let's move on to race number 3. And we have Hades and Spy Dudes in the front. Coming down, Hades take the lead. Basically, Darrel forces his way into second place. And it looks like Hades gonna take this one. And he blocks. Wow, no one finished. We're gonna have to restart this race. Back at the top again, we are Hades and Spy Dude in the front. But Hades takes the lead. Basically, Darrel also taking second place again, just like last time. But this time it's a clean finish for basically Darrel and Hades. Spy Dude crashes in the back and holds up Mrs. Trizz. It's like a repeat of last time. Basically, Darrel with 9 points, automatically moving on from this point on. Everybody else has to fight. Hades has the best chance, but anything could happen. Race 4. Basically, Darrel and Hades in the front. If they both finish in this exact position, it's over for everybody else. So we're hoping for an intersection accident or something, and the accident does happen. Basically, Darrel and Hades finish, but Mrs. Trizz turns over, gets Spider caught up, and that's all she wrote. Shady Valley really did not represent themselves properly today, but that's okay. The racing has been amazing. Basically, Darrel coming out on top, followed by Hades. These two drivers are moving on to the second round. Thanks for watching the Shaggin Wagon round 1. Congratulations to all the drivers that made it through, and unfortunately for those who didn't make it through, there's probably going to be more competitions coming down the line. Here at the Shady Valley, we apologize for the long wait in between races. Just trying to get used to our new work schedules. We'll see you guys soon.